we have cross-channel personalization. Now, here for cross-channel personalization, when we think about personalization, what comes to mind is email. And that makes sense since personalized emails get about 20% higher conversion than like blast emails. A blast email is something that's going out to everyone in your database, whereas the personalized emails, we are segmenting them based on buyer personas or the triggers or issues that they're having, and we're sending them more content and information about that issue. So here's an example of how we personalize subject lines for better opens. We found that the more personal an email feels, the better it does. In fact, we've had really good success with emails that have little to no formatting and read like a one-to-one experience. One of the biggest changes that we've seen with buyers in 2016 and into 2017 is the expectation that they have for their entire experience to be tailor-made. 74% of online consumers are getting frustrated with websites and content that appears that has nothing to do with their interests. In 2016, a B2B survey said that the single most influential aspect of any vendor's website is relevant content that speaks directly to their company.
That was something that was really interesting to me, Jenna, because I definitely didn't expect that to be as big a deal as it is. Like, for that to be the most influential aspect of a website is huge. It's not, what your products are, what your pricing is. It's literally relevant content that speaks to you.
Right, but that makes sense because let's look at like the Amazons and the Netflix of the world. They have created this demand. Consumers demand a personalized experience. You finish Shark Tank and the next result that pops up is the profit for what I want to watch next or what I would like. People crave that personalization. So cross-channel personalization is content that is adapting to the person looking at it across all channels, whether it's email, website, a landing page.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. And companies that are doing that are seeing results. In-house marketers who personalize their web experiences see an average of 19% uplift in sales.
Huge.
So to personalize, you need to have two things. You need to have the technology to power it and the strategy to make it useful rather than trivial. On the technology side, the ingredients are an adaptive database, a segmentation tool like you see here, and a personalization engine that can plug the database into your content tools. And I'm going to show that to you next.
Awesome.
So here's a look at that personalization engine at work. There are two types of personalization happening here. One, the insertion of relevant details from an individual contact's profile into the web page, and then two, the complete swap of a block of content for a given segment. Every time someone comes to your website, they're bringing with them traces of information. Even people coming back for the first time visitors come with information about their country, about the device they're using. So is it a mobile device, a tablet, a desktop? They bring information about the referral source. So are they coming from Google, Yahoo, Bing? You can use this to make content more relevant even at the first meeting, the first time they come to the site. As I mentioned, the technology you need to pull this off is straightforward, but more commonly available, and it's more commonly available now than it ever has been. The basic technological components for personalization in your marketing are the same. You need content tools, contact database, and some sort of personalization engine that marries the two. Three things working together. This is all any company needs to personalize. So technology has made this easier to do. However, it has not made it easy to do well. Why? Well, you need a strategy. You need to know your audience, its segments, and where the points of friction are on your website. Also known as buyer personas. We want to build out crafted understanding of who we're talking to, who the website is built for. personalization needs to be useful. It's not useful just to plop someone's first name and their ice cream flavor on your home page. It is useful to elevate industry-specific content or remove unwanted or irrelevant materials from that viewer's experience. So on the next slide, we see an example of a company called QuickBase and how they solved a moment of friction through personalization. Here was the problem. When a visitor came to their website, QuickBase showed this call to action that you see here to get someone to download an educational ebook and become a lead. This was great for a first conversion, but then when people came back to the site, they saw the same ebook offer again and again, and having already read that ebook, they missed an opportunity for a second conversion. QuickBase solved that by creating a smart list. A smart list is a list of contacts that is based on criteria that grows continually. They created a smart list of people who have downloaded the change management ebook, and now when anybody comes back to the site, they don't see that repeat ebook offer anymore. They see a new offer that sets them up for a deeper conversion in the funnel. When I say conversion, this is a process that involves turning a website visitor into a lead. And a lead means having data on that person, knowing their name, knowing their email address, and bits of information. Now, here is an example of how a prospect would find you. Someone is searching a long tail, a question or phrase. The first few things are advertisements. The first organic is where we're going to end up. So they click on the first organic. They get to your site, inbound marketing for banks, CMOs, 3 steps to better lending leads. All right, so if they've gotten to this point, if they're reading the content, they've seen value in what you're writing. We offer call to actions on the right-hand side, and then also at the bottom. Here's a business banking marketing ROI calculator. If they click it, now they get details about what this offer is, and we are requesting bits of their information in exchange, we're giving them this ROI calculator. This is a smart form, meaning the questions will change. If they come back, they're not going to see the same thing. We're using personalization now, and we're positioning a next step based on where they are in the funnel and maybe what some of those triggers or issues are that they've been searching. All right, so a buyer persona is a semi-fictional representation of your ideal customer, and it's based on market research and real data about existing customers. When you're creating a buyer persona, you want to factor things in like customer demographics, behavior patterns, motivations, goals. We're going to dive into buyer personas a little bit deeper after we talk about diversified content. But you want to build a strategy around a buyer and customize their experience using the personalization in a helpful way for them.